The Storm's eye wears a smile and white leathers. Marc Marquez isn't here to fight fair. He's here to ghost you. 10 races left, and the man's not playing games. He's writing nightmares with pole positions and checkered flags. No battles, no mercy, just surgical strikes and mental execution. This is the calm before a 10-round slaughter. You better start praying. Let's make one thing clear right from the jump. Marc Marquez has seen the top of the mountain, torched every soul climbing it, and now he's circling back to take what's left of your pride. This isn't about rivalry anymore. It's not about proving himself. That phase is over. The 2025 Motogp Championship has become a stage for something far more sinister: mental destruction. And the king isn't interested in sword fights anymore. He's bringing a sniper rifle. The plan: kill without noise. Marc's stepping into the second half of this season with a new mission: ghost everyone. No wheel-to-wheel drama, no slipstream games, no dirty elbows. Just pole position, break the pack, disappear. If you thought he was a warrior before, now he's something worse. A ghost with bloodlust. A shadow that doesn't fight you head-on but creeps up, squeezes your neck when you're most vulnerable, and vanishes before you realize what just happened. That's his message. That's stealth mode. Forget the fireworks. Marc doesn't want applause. He wants silence. The kind that hangs in the air when your team principal tells you there's no more upgrades coming because Marc already took the title home. The numbers aren't just dominant. They're terrifying. 8 Grand Prix wins out of 12, 11 sprint wins out of 12. That's 79.1% of all races in his pocket. You want to talk winning streaks? He hasn't just won 5 consecutive doubles. He exercised circuits from Aragon to Brno. At Mugello, he gave the Tifosi nightmares. At Assen, he brought back that old-school cutthroat killer vibe. Sachsenring? That wasn't a race. It was a public execution. And Brno? The place saw him toy with Bezzecchi and Acosta like a lion flicking at flies. Only 3 races slipped from his hands. Silverstone? Still finished on the box after nearly ditching the bike in lap 1. Jerez? Crashed and remounted like it was Supercross. Le Mans? He took a penalty, changed tires mid-race in the wet, and still finished P2 like a lunatic. So yeah, this ain't dominance. This is premeditated sporting homicide. But here's the real killer move. He's pretending to be calm. Marc told the media he's not thinking where and when to clinch the title. He said, "I'm calmer now." Yeah, right. That's just the final mind trick, the last card up the sleeve. Play it soft on the mic, let the rivals breathe easy, then cut their throats in warm-up. You don't win 66.6% of GPs in a season by being mellow. You don't bury your brother under 120 points and call it a fluke. No, that's a mental warfare campaign. And he's not done yet. This is what psychological warfare looks like in full bloom. Say it's peacetime while you're rigging the detonators behind the scenes. Marc's real mentality: burn you in the final 10. What Marc's really planning isn't to manage the rest of the season. He's coming for blood. One look at how he's racing this year, and you know he's not here to defend. He's here to ruin. The strategy's surgical. Start from pole. Open a half-second gap within 2 laps. Maintain tire life like a magician. Drop the hammer when your rear's crying for help. Fastest lap on lap 21? Done. Game over before you even blink. He's done being the guy fighting elbows out. The Acostas, the Pecos, the Bezzecchis, they think if they pass him, the fight is over. They forget, passing Marc Marquez is not the victory. It's the trigger. Once you pass him, your tires die in 5 laps. Why? Because Marc doesn't chase with rage. He stalks with rhythm. You drop your best lap. He quietly drops a better one. You try to sprint away. He preserves and waits. Then, boom. Lap 20, your rear tire is spaghetti. You look up and see plus 0.874 on the tower. You know what that is? That's Marc leaving you behind like your name doesn't belong in the sport. Ask his victims. Alex Marquez tried to hold him at Jerez. Marc crashed, came back from hell, and still made his brother sweat. Bezzecchi thought he had the pace at Silverstone. Marc glided past when Marco was begging the tire gods for grip. Acosta? The prodigy met the professor at Brno, and the lesson was, don't push your limit when Marc hasn't reached his yet. Even Pecco Bagnaia, A two-time champ and Ducati Golden Boy got stifled. Austin was Pecco's only win, and that was because Marc crashed. That's it. No one's beaten him fair this year. Not one rider has gone toe-to-toe and broken him. Because that's the twisted part of 2025 Marc Marquez. He lets you think you have him, lets you stretch, then reminds you that everything you've got, it's already been accounted for. He has margin. He has spare pace. He has no sympathy. Why he stays behind before the kill? Marc's not dumb. He's aware of tire pressure rules, aero wash, and the techie nonsense ruining modern racing. But here's the catch. When he stays behind, it's not for safety. It's a psychological load test. He's testing your character. You ride in front of Marc, and one of two things happen. One, you ride your own race, keep focus, maybe survive 10 laps. Two, or you go full panic mode, overbrake, burn rubber, and destroy your shot. And guess what? Most of them do the second one. Bezzecchi rode like a demon at Brno, only to melt his tires trying to shake off the shadow. Acosta dropped his pace by pushing too soon. Pecco's mistake? Thinking clean air meant control. When Marc sits behind you, you're already dead. You just haven't seen the results yet. The calm before the firestorm. The summer break was marketed as rest by the Paddock. Marc let that narrative ride, but insiders already smell the gasoline. He's not here to defend the championship. That's not his style. He's here to end it. So brutally, so completely that no one even remembers there was a title fight. No more scraps, no more back and forth. From mid-August on, this is a 10-race kill streak. This is stealth mode warfare. Pole, break, win, repeat. The rivals? They're finished. Not on the timesheets, but in the soul. Ducati saw it coming. That's why they locked down the insurance policy called Marc Marquez. They knew if he walked, he'd burn the whole structure behind him. Pramac? Rejected. Aprilia? Ghosted. KTM? Laughed at. Marc chose red, but not for loyalty, for destruction. And now everyone not riding with him is riding into fire. Mental victory, mechanical victory. And here's the real edge. This isn't about bikes anymore. This is about mental control, command presence, reputation damage, intimidation on a professional level. You don't just lose to Marc in 2025, you relive the loss every time you open your laptop. Your engineers doubt you, your team questions your data, sponsors start asking why you're off pace. That's what Marc wants. You second-guessing your ability to ride. He doesn't want to play games because he already played the long con, and he won. Your confidence? Gone. Your strategy? Useless. Your motivation? Dying every time the number 93 board lights up with the fastest lap on a cooked rear tire. Conclusion. The white teeth are coming. Marc Marquez is not the same man who crashed his title hopes in 2020. He's smarter, calmer, more brutal. He's not here for drama. He's here for silence. He's not playing chess with his rivals. He's flipping the board, sweeping the pieces, and setting fire to the table. The next 10 races aren't about racing anymore. They're executions. If you're not on Marc's side, you better get your health insurance sorted, because the red wave is coming. No more battles, just pole to flag demolitions. And that haunting image in the rearview mirror? White teeth, loud laugh, visor down. Marc Marquez is coming, and this time he's not bringing mercy.